Welcome back, and in breaking news, at least on this channel, we are finding out now that Hedera and Hbar are potentially going to be working with Internet Computer Protocol and the Dfinity developers to bring the two ecosystems of Hedera and Internet Computer together. Now, again, like I said, this was announced back in January of 2025, but a lot of people, including me, I missed the news. I didn't even know that this was going on. And you guys let me know in the comments on previous videos, and I looked into it, and sure enough, it does appear that Dfinity, the development arm behind Internet Computer, is going to be working with Hedera and effectively powering the Hedera network. And so in today's video, we're going to be breaking this all down. I'm going to be showing you the video of the Hedera founder standing next to Dominic, the founder of Internet Computer, talking about this potential collaboration and partnership. And I want to just be very clear, this is a lot of speculation, but in my view, speculation is definitely something that we need to analyze so that we can understand if this does happen, how much of an impact is this going to have in the overall crypto ecosystem? And also, what does this mean for Internet Computer Protocol and Hedera blockchain? And don't forget to give this video an absolutely free thumbs up. I upload almost every single day of the year to bring you the latest happening in the financial world. So hit that subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up, and if you want to help support the channel financially, click the join button down below to learn about becoming a channel member, or you can leave a super chat in the comments of this video. Thanks to all of the support, and let's get right into it. So as you guys know, we have covered Internet Computer extensively on this channel. Now, not only Internet Computer, but we have started to understand a little bit more about Hedera. Because if you think about it, the two blockchains or, blockchain ecosystems, right? Because I know Hedera's ecosystem is going to, but Cryptoviser, Hedera is a hash graph. It's not a blockchain. I mean, we're not going to get into what a hash graph is and all of that. It's basically similar to a blockchain. That's all we need to know from an investment analyzing standpoint right now. And so understanding that Hedera is well set up. I mean, this is their main website, real world asset tokenization. That is what Hedera is good at. That is what Hedera can do. You can see all of these stats about the main net. 8.4 million accounts created, 3-second finality, 70 billion total transactions, very low cost. That looks like 1/1000th of a penny per transaction. So there's a lot going on here. There's also a lot of partnerships with the Hedera Council, and basically it's an open source public network governed by all these organizations, right? So this is more of a centralized type of ecosystem built by some of the largest players in technology globally, right? Not just technology, but also crypto. And so you can kind of see the merging of crypto and traditional finance and traditional, not just finance, but just traditional business. And you can see here the ecosystems were built by the community on the Hedera blockchain. So there you go. Hedera is definitely, there's a lot going on there. And we also know Internet Computer, right? Internet Computer is more of a compute platform, and now we see them really taking charge in terms of the AI narrative and really pushing AI compute and AI capabilities on chain. And effectively, Internet Computer is similar to like an Amazon Web Service or a cloud service provider, but this is doing it on chain in a decentralized way and giving it more of a public network to build on. And so understanding what Internet Computer can do and what Hedera can do, what can the merger of the two look like? Well, got a few videos to show you and a few tweets that I wanted to show you. One is this was posted by ICP Hub Indonesia, and they said, "We are one step closer to a fully on-chain internet. The collaboration between Dfinity and Hedera is a major push towards decentralizing AI, computation, and front-end infrastructure. This is the future of scalable, trustless applications. Who is hyped?" Now, they retweeted this post that says a technical group has been formed between the Hashgraph and Dfinity to explore I think I pulled up the whole thing. No, I didn't. Enabling Hedera apps to run AI logic. And I'll play this video in just a few minutes. And replacing DApp front-end cloud infrastructure with ICP native technology. And also chain fusion or interoperability on the Hbar network. Now, again, I'm going to play this video of this ICP Hubs network guy where he's talking a little bit about this partnership. We'll get there in just a second. But before we go there, we also saw this Grok explanation about ICP and Hbar. It says Internet Computer Protocol and Hedera Hashgraph have announced a strategic partnership to advance Web3 technologies, focusing on sustainability, on-chain finance, DeFi, and consumer engagement. This collaboration leverages Internet Computer's robust smart contract capabilities and AI components, developed by PhD students from the University of Zurich, and Hbar's low energy consumption and carbon footprint. That's all Hbar has going for it. Anyway, the partnership was highlighted at an event in Switzerland targeting the Switzerland and MENA or Middle East, North Africa regions. It aims to foster a, quote, polyglot Web3 architecture where different blockchain technologies integrate to enhance the ecosystem, potentially driving institutional adoption and innovation in blockchain technology. The partnership includes plans for 3 specific use cases and is seen as a significant step towards broader blockchain interoperability and application. And so I got the video. This is from basically that conference. I think it said it here. The partnership was highlighted at the event in Switzerland. And so on stage here, you are going to have the co-founder right here in the middle of Hedera, standing right next to the founder of Dfinity and Internet Computer here, Dominic Williams. And what you're going to hear is what the Hedera team wants to do with Internet Computer Protocol in this video. Now I'm going to play at regular speed because I do think it's important to hear what he's saying. And again, if you want to repeat it, just replay the video, and don't forget to give the video a free thumbs up. And also let me know down below in the comments, like, what are your thoughts on this whole situation? But let's listen to this video. Let's listen to what they're saying about Hedera and Internet Computer, and then we'll go from there. Very exciting stuff. Let's listen in.
Would you do a quick announcement now, please?
Yes, please. Hi, everyone. It's a great pleasure and a great honor here to be with you today. And thank you, Ralph, for making it happen. Yes, indeed. We managed, after so many years of collaboration, exploring different venues of collaboration, not only between regional and international ecosystem partners, but also exploring interoperability options, basically collaborating with other layer 1 protocols, including ICP protocol. By the way, I'm a co-founder of Hedera Governing Council back at the time, but I'm a big fan of what the guys at ICP and Dfinity are doing. So let's
pause right there. So one thing that I have seen, and by the way, we're going to continue this video in just a minute. One thing that I have seen with Internet Computer is it seems to me that ICP, the Dfinity developers, they are the most, how do I say this, like most interoperable developer team in crypto, right? A lot of crypto ecosystems siloed in their own crypto ecosystem. They don't want to have conversations with other ecosystems. They don't want interoperability. They don't want this. They don't want that. I mean, we hear it over and over where they're saying, well, actually, Solana does the X, Y, and Z terribly, so we don't even want that technology. Well, Circle can freeze transactions. We don't want that technology. Well, Tether can freeze transactions. We don't want that technology. Ethereum is too slow. We don't want that technology. That's what literal developers of other ecosystems in other ecosystems say. And they literally shut themselves out and have zero interoperability. They have zero cross-chain compatibility. They have zero interest in developing. And that's not what we see with Internet Computer. That's not what we see with Hedera. These are highly collaborative ecosystems. And this is one of the reasons I'm bullish on these ecosystems, right? I'm becoming more bullish on Hedera And I'm already bullish on internet computer. This doesn't mean that they are going to become the number one and number two cryptocurrencies in the world. They don't have to be, right? Like, if AI continues to grow and people are looking for more decentralized compute for these AI technologies, what chain are they going to use? The chain that is able to process all of this technology today, not the chain that's saying, well, Cryptoviser, we're actually going to be releasing this technology very, very soon, but they've been literally saying that for the last 10 fucking years, right? This is a big difference this cycle. And by the way, next cycle, it's going to be even stronger, right? Meaning the blockchains that don't have the technology, the blockchains that are not highly interoperable, the blockchains that are not collaborative with other ecosystems and building those literal technological bridges. It's like it's not figuratively building a bridge. They're literally building bridges from one chain to another, from one ecosystem to another, from one developer language to another. This is why we have the Ethereum virtual machine, the Solana virtual machine. The technologies that have those deployed today win. They win. The technologies, the ecosystems that keep talking about, well, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to release, this is what we have in the pipeline. They're so far behind. That's why this cycle, guys, on this channel at least, we haven't talked about any of the BS. We're talking about what they're doing today, not what they're planning on doing. Now, granted, in this video, we are actually talking about a little bit of that because this is Internet Computer and Hedera talking about collaborating together, right? But here's the deal. Hedera and Internet Computer, they're already doing this, right? It may not be deployed, but it's already there. Interoperability, already there. The interoperability is there. The cross-chain compatibility is there. The collaborations are already there. You don't think that they're already working behind the scenes to get this moving? Like, this is the announcement, which means they've already been talking off-chain, offline, about making all these things happen. So again, for me, this seems very bullish long-term for Internet Computer and Hedera. Let's continue listening in.
Inspired by something I learned during my studies, have been coached by Robert Cecil Martin and Martin Fowler, two of the co-founders of Agile Manifest. And if there is something I learned from these both gentlemen, all the great solutions and applications are the result of the overlap, or let's say the convergence of different emerging technologies. And they used to teach us one term back at the time called polyglot systems or polyglot platforms. What does that mean? It means we don't have, competition is good, collaboration is better.
Boom. I hope you guys see what just happened, right? First of all, is that Musk? I don't remember his name, but that looks like Elon Musk's brother. Ooh, I don't know what is going on this stage, to be honest with you guys. But anyway, back to what he was talking about, right? He looked at Dominic and said, competition is great, but collaboration is better, right? He's not looking to compete with these other ecosystems. He's not looking to beat out these other ecosystems. I don't think Dfinity is looking to do that either. Nor is some of these other cryptos out here, right? But there are cryptos that are trying to beat out others that don't want the interoperability, XRP. They don't want the collaboration or the connectivity to other chains, Cardano, right? They don't have the cross-chain compatibility that we see with other ecosystems. Stellar, right? And whether it's there, it is what it is or not. I mean, we need this. I agree with what the Hedera, one of the founders, is saying here. Like, of course, you need collaboration because if you're just competing with everybody, nobody wins. If you bring everybody together and work together, everybody can win together. Now, you actually have to have products, right? Think about the AI technology, ASI, where it was the merger between 3 different blockchains, Ocean Protocol, Singularity Net, and Fetch AI. And it was supposed to be this like merging of the ecosystems, merging of the minds, merging of the technologies, and it's been merged for a year. And Internet Computer is still ahead. And Internet Computer is the artificial superintelligence blockchain. It's not ASI that's the artificial superintelligence blockchain. And this is because Internet Computer does collaborate. Internet Computer does learn from other ecosystems, and Internet Computer not only does all these things and talk about it, but they actually implement the technology. Let's continue listening in.
We need to think of platforms and solutions that are implementing different aspects and elements of technologies, be it blockchain, AI, robotics, Internet of Things, and so on and so forth. And with that, we will enable the vision of Web3, which is the convergence of all these great technologies together to build a better working world in the future. Thank you so much. Yes, maybe just to make one announcement, indeed.
Before we get to the announcement, I would agree with what he's saying here, right? Some of these ecosystems can do things really well, right? Internet Computer has high-powered compute, AI capabilities, AI cloud, or I should say on-chain cloud, remote compute. It has all of these technologies. And there's a lot of other ecosystems that don't, right? So instead of trying to reinvent the wheel and create it all on Internet Computer can tap into the other ecosystems. The other ecosystems can tap into Internet Computer's technology, right? Again, go back to when Apple and Windows were not interoperable. They were not compatible. You had to use just one platform. Well, that doesn't make sense even for Windows or Apple, that they're going to have to create everything on their own platform, and developers are not going to want to come to their ecosystems, right? And so what did Apple and Microsoft do? They kind of allowed the interoperability between the two ecosystems. This is very important to understand, because this is where the technology in crypto is going, right? You're going to need stable coins. So instead of Internet Computer trying to create their own stable coin and get people to use it and all of this, they tap into USDC. Now, granted, they don't have native USDC on chain just yet, but they do have chain fusion technology USDC, which is not as good as native USDC, but it's a start, right? But again, Internet Computer, if they're highly interoperated with Hedera, and Hedera has USDC or Tether on chain, that is the connection, that's the bridge that brings not only Hedera into the Internet Computer ecosystem, but also everything built on Hedera into the Internet Computer ecosystem, which unlocks literal endless supplies of new technologies that can be built, right, on Internet Computer or with Hedera and Internet Computer. It literally creates endless opportunities for this technology. And therefore, for the coins and the valuation of the coins and the usage of the coins. So let's listen to the announcement here.
We are partnering with Almeda Ventures, which is the venture arm of Almeda Holding, one of the leading conglomerates in Africa, investing in Web3 projects with major focus on 3 verticals: sustainability, on-chain finance and DeFi, and last but not least is consumer engagement. But at the same time, we finally found 3 use cases where we are going to collaborate with our partners at Definity.
You guys ready?
And I believe that combination is going to be unbeatable. What does that mean? Hedera Hashgraph brings the sustainability aspect when it comes to energy consumption, when it comes to a lower carbon footprint. At the same time, we bring another aspect which is needed for institutional adoption, which is governance, combined with the great and the powerful smart contract structure that the guys at ICP managed to develop over the last few years, including powerful EI components that have been developed recently by the great team. And it's no wonder, since they are PhD students out of University of Zurich. So I'm not surprised at all. It's the same university where Albert Einstein has graduated. So very well selected, Dom.
Great. Thank you very much. So I will say thank you to...
And, I think they just said thank you. Let's see if that was the Musk.
Einstein has graduated. So very well selected, Dom.
Great. Thank you very much. So I will say thank you to Kimball. See you later this week.
Oh, it was Kimball Musk. Okay, that makes it even more interesting here. So let's kind of break it all down. So first of all, we have Kimball Musk on stage with Dominic and the Hedera guy. I don't know exactly what his title is, but I believe that he was like one of the founders of Hedera. But you have the announcement where Hedera is basically saying like we are good at governance and we are good. I forget what the other thing that he said, but we're going to utilize the AI capabilities, the smart contract capabilities that Internet Computer has built over the last few years. And by the way, Dominic standing here, he was like, "Yeah, mother effers, we got this shit. ICP is the shit." Like you could tell, like he was very proud of this kind of collaboration between the two ecosystems. Now, is this actually going to, turn into anything? I don't know. I mean, if you've been in crypto any length of time, you know that we have announcements and announcements of announcements and announcements of announcements of announcements, and some of these lead to great things, but there's a lot that don't lead to anything, right? And that's okay as well. One of the things that I like seeing with Internet Computer, and the more I'm researching into Hedera, the more I'm seeing over there. And I would imagine a lot of this is happening with Hedera in terms of the technology development, because Hedera is backed by all of these organizations around the world that just want this to get rolling, right? They don't want to research and learn about this for the next 20 years. They want to implement it, right? Because they want to be ahead of all the other ecosystems out there, all the other companies out there, and they want to be a part of the building of this new kind of computational ecosystem of blockchain, right? Not just from the finance piece. This is very important to understand. And to see the Dfinity team getting recognized by effectively a competing ecosystem saying, exactly what we talk about, that Hedera cannot do it all. Internet Computer cannot do it all. Bitcoin cannot do it all. And all these ecosystems out here that are chasing the narratives, they are trying to do it all. That is a problem, because when you try to do it all, you can't do anything. And so some of these ecosystems are excellent at certain things and they're terrible at other things. Bitcoin, very good as store of value, very secure ecosystem, very strong security. There's a lot of positives, but there's a lot that Bitcoin cannot do. The Bitcoin maxis say that's by design. So you got to look at it that way. Plus, you also have to remember, if there's one ecosystem that can do everything, then you create monopoly. When there's monopoly, there's also risk. The more monopoly, I would say, the more risk, because then everything is tied to it. This is why I believe that we saw a lot of competition for Ethereum, specifically because Ethereum was seeing all smart contracts and all the other ecosystems. I mean, guys, Ethereum was really the only ecosystem actually building in 2018. Most of these ecosystems out here that launched in 2017 or 2018 or 2019, I really believe that most of them launched as scams, right? But they turned into like real projects because the investors, the people holding the coins, were like, no. Like, you need to get this shit going. And we didn't see a lot of that, right? A lot of the legacy chains from 2017, 2018, 2019, they didn't end up creating anything. Then we saw the 2020 coins coming out. Solana, Avalanche, Chainlink. Sui came out after that, right? Sui is now trying to achieve what Solana couldn't achieve, what Ethereum couldn't achieve. So every cycle we see more coins that are coming out that are saying, wait, all these coins from the last cycle said they were going to do X, Y, and Z, and they didn't do it. We're doing it, right? So I would imagine next cycle, we're going to see coins that are actually leapfrogging over like the ASI coin, because the ASI coin, I would imagine, is not going to be doing that much over the next few years. They haven't done anything in the last year. The first year of their merger into the artificial superintelligence blockchain, we have nothing from them, right? Meanwhile, Internet Computer has on-chain AI. They had on-chain AI before Fetch had on-chain AI, before Singularity had on-chain AI, and before Ocean Protocol had on-chain AI. So they were the first, and they don't even market themselves as an AI blockchain. But anyway, I am going on a huge tangent. Back to Hedera and ICP. The main point here is that, from an investor standpoint, we have to look at the chains that are actually doing it, right? Because what they're doing today, the development that they're creating today and testing today, and they're going to deploy tomorrow, that there's a lot of chains like ASI. When are they going to start developing, and when are they going to deploy? I would imagine they're going to be deploying technology way after Internet Computer has released it. And so when you have Hedera looking for a chain that can do more than what Hedera can do from an AI perspective, smart contract perspective, and things like that, Hedera is like, okay, are we going to use Internet Computer that can do these things? Or are we going to go to ASI, which maybe, hopefully, will potentially give us what we need in this decade? Potentially not. I don't know. In my view, this is where we're going to see the winners and losers. There's going to be a lot of speculation in the market, that's for sure, right? But the winners are going to be the ones that deploy technology. In my view, this is why Ethereum and Vitalik say release stuff, right? They're like, don't test it for 10 years like Cardano. They're going to keep testing and testing and peer review and another research paper for years and years and years before they actually deploy. And Ethereum's like, no, we're going to deploy. If we break something, we fix it, right? We're just going to kind of go roll with the punches. And this is very similar to what we're seeing with Internet Computer. Now, Internet Computer is not just rolling with and breaking things. They're doing things very methodically, testing on-chain AI from a very small perspective, expanding it out, making it bigger, making it more powerful, bringing other companies, other chains into the mix to see what they're looking to build and how Internet Computer can power that. And so, yeah, the idea that ICP is going to power the Hedera Hbar network, this is totally plausible, very plausible. And the fact that we have one of the founders of the ecosystem talking about this collaboration, very bullish. Real world assets, that's this cycle narrative. AI, this cycle narrative. And there's very few ecosystems that are specialized in this. Remember, there's a lot of ecosystems that they're doing everything. They're going after AI, they're going after smart contracts, they're going after store of value, they're going after Bitcoin, they're going after cross-chain compatibility, they're going after all these things, and yet they have nothing on chain. They have no uses. Nobody's using it. Because specialization is sometimes better, right? If you're going to have a wedding, are you going to go to a wedding specialist, or are you going to go to, a birthday party planner? No, you're probably going to go to a wedding specialist, right? You maybe go to the birthday party planner, but you're probably not going to have the wedding that you get if you went to the specialized person for weddings, right? Maybe you will, but chances are you won't. And so the same thing when you're choosing a blockchain, especially when you're choosing a blockchain, you're putting your money where your mouth is, right? And so you want to make sure that the ecosystems can handle, they can process high throughput, low costs, have interoperability, are interoperated with other ecosystems, have a robust ecosystem of platforms and dApps built on the ecosystem, which Hedera has. Internet Computer does have as well, but it's at a different level, right? Again, that would open up the door. Think about this. We talk about institutional usage. Well, if ICP and Hedera are interconnected and collaborating with each other, it literally opens up all of these enterprise applications to Internet Computer. All these very high-level integrations that Hedera has and high-level companies that are working on the Hedera Council, it opens up that whole door to Internet Computer and to welcoming those enterprises into the ICP ecosystem as well. And even if they don't go to ICP, if Hedera is powered by ICP, by proxy, these companies are part of the ICP ecosystem as well, and everything built on ICP is part of the Hedera ecosystem as well. This is the power of interoperability. When you interoperate these chains, they create super chains. But it's not just about connecting the chains. It's about the chains connected having the right technologies and different technologies that they specialize in. Hedera real world assets, internet computers, AI and compute. Put these two together, you potentially have a super power chain. So we'll have to see how kind of where this all goes. I can't believe this happened in January and I'm just finding out about this now. And you guys didn't even notify me like, hey, Cryptoviser, do you know Hedera's working with ICP? I mean, maybe I made a video about this, but I don't remember doing that. But anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what you guys think down below. Is this bullish for Hedera and ICP, or is it just bullish for one? Are you holding these cryptos? Are you going to hold these cryptos? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you when I see you. Crypto on.